Rob from Dedham. Looking forward to Trump's forthcoming book, The Art of the NFT.
I want the NFT of Trump. What NFT of Trump moment do you guys want? I want the NFT of Trump staring up into the eclipse.
If you had to pick one member of the Trump family to explain NFTs to you, which one would you pick?
For entertainment value, or
it's got to be Donald Trump. I mean,
you can pick whichever value you want. Like if you want to understand it, if you just want to laugh, like who do you think would provide the most value for the NFT bucks?
I bet Don Jr. has the best peg of like which one you want to buy to flip quickest because he seems the most online.
I've seen Don Jr. break something down on other reality TV shows, so I would agree. I think he's also pretty funny when it comes down to like not being very smart. So, you know.
That is very funny, but like trying to project confidence so desperately that his father possesses, but not necessarily understanding or having the charisma to do so.
I like the idea that like, yeah, he tried to pitch Trump on this NFT idea and like Trump's like, I don't know what that is. And then somebody else, just like a part of his staff is like, hey, Trump, we should do an NFT. He's like, oh yeah, good idea.
I like the idea that like he showed Trump that like shitty NFT cartoon that's been making the rounds with all like the lazy apes and fucking lions in it, and like Trump has just been enthralled by like the monkeys because all of them contain like monkeys.
I want 10,000 computer generated pieces of art that are all based on Ben Garrison's muscular Trump, with Trump in various different positions of doing things that he clearly cannot do in real life. I want like Trump as like a football star. I want Trump as a professional wrestler. Trump as like I don't know, all sorts of like manly, muscular, different Ben Garrison style Trumps. 10,000 of them computer generated, baby. That's the NFT project for me.
I think that you're right, though. That's just like that's just not going to reach your audience. You should put that shit on like the Home Shopping Network. If you put that like on QVC and just, call them stamps or like, memorial, not memorial, memorabilia from his presidency, you have a much better chance of making real money over like putting it online. Although I didn't know if it was in dollars and not like in one of those shitty currencies like Ethereum or like Doge or something. So I think they're kind of expecting to have more people who are less familiar with that currency. Though I would say I think NFTs, they are a great example of how like the argument that capitalism, especially free capitalism, quote unquote, breeds innovation is just such horseshit, because like 90% of NFTs are either scams or like blatant copies of more popular projects. And it's just like, that's just it. And there's never any real like argument to the counter of that. It's just like, oh, but that's just what the market wants.
Can we sample some of the Red Ape Family NFT cartoon before we head out, Bradley?
Sure.
If you just want to like go to like a random portion of this cartoon here.
Great. While you pull it up, I'll read some more IMs, I guess. Man Shovel says, I feel like Melania is devouring my soul with her weird photoshopped eyes. Yes, very, very odd piece of art alone. Then just mix it in the blender with NFTs and you get something even weirder.
It's like, the Mona Lisa was supposed to like the eyes follow you around the room. Melania's eyes don't really look like they're focused at any point in the room.
Yeah, I think they're like a little glazed over.
It's funny you bring up the Mona Lisa, because NFT people constantly use the Mona Lisa as like why people who mock NFT art are going to be wrong eventually, because apparently, according to them, and this is true history from what I understand as well, but like the Mona Lisa wasn't like really valued as like one of the like foremost works of art in the world until it was like stolen back in like decades ago or whatever. And then after it was recovered, then it got all this newfound fame and glory. I mean, it still was the Mona Lisa, but I mean, and they claim that that's going to happen with NFTs where people just don't understand it yet. And soon it will all, like the Bored Apes will be the Mona Lisa of the world.
Well, I mean, that's just like a fallacy of like time and being in the future and not realizing how many shitty paintings didn't make it. It's easy to be like, oh, you go to a museum and like look at all of the, Van Goghs of the world who like weren't popular in their time, and then like 30 years later or after they died, they were popular. It's like, yeah, but how many motherfuckers just died without ever making anything on it?
You're going to cash in on this in what, 400 years or something like that, when people finally appreciate the cartoon I don't know what, banana or whatever that you purchase.
Right. There are very few instances of like Banksy in the art world where the person is able to live at the same time as take in their success. usually artists like that, like fine artists, painters, sculptors, whatever, their glory days are after they died, and that's when their art is usually heralded in the art world. It sucks, but that is the usual thing. It's not like you guys discovered something new with the Mona Lisa.
Also, a lot of NFTs are not supposed to just be artwork. I thought they had like projects associated with them, and like the artwork was more of like they say like a receipt of your participation in whatever being a part of that project theoretically entitles you to. Like, I think the reason they're making this stupid like Red Ape Flash video, which I guess to Emma's question of like, what is this NFT thing? It's like, picture the shittiest Newgrounds video that you've ever seen, but like worse because it's not earnest.
Watch it.
It's like an old boys like VIP club. Like they claim like, yeah, you buy the NFT connected to an artwork to show off the artwork, but you also get access to a really great community of people on Discord or whatever.
That's like it's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it is.
Yeah. You want to watch this, Matt?
Well, we have Bored Ape NFTs have their own bizarre cartoon now. This is from Motherboard. NFT apes escape a dying planet on the Musk One spaceship in this animated short, executive produced by 2 Chainz, who I do like, but I mean,
executive produced by 2 Chainz. Okay, yeah, gotta play this one.
2 Chainz loves decentralization too.
Bugger. Fuck! Stupid, nonsensical, goddamn Yetis are at it again.
Leave it to me, boys.
Oh god, it's like a gorilla music video opening, but like terrible.
Hey, buddy, you flown this thing before, or, Well, actually, I had my first flight just last week. Long story short, ended up a little dead. Yeah, this is a good start. Yep, real good.
All right, let's just be clear. Like, this is like, nothing is a better example of why it's important that like you actually get people who know how to write for like TV or movies or cartoons or anything like that in general, when you have some sort of entertainment project or idea or whatever, and you are some like brand marketer or tech loser, because you got no idea how to write, no idea. With all that money, they couldn't hire a better audio producer. You can hear the different background noises based on what character is talking. They're clearly not using the same quality microphone for each character. It's so bad, so bad.
Sounds like I produced it audio wise.
Your audio sounds, but your audio right now talking would be better than whatever they did, and you don't have millions of dollars from selling 10,000 images of an ape.
But that's the important part. Like, people, and not just me, have made the comment that it looks like something from Newgrounds, like the old like Flash animation video uploading site from the early 2000s. And it does in terms of quality of like animation, but in terms of like actual effort put into it and like artistic integrity and like, even just technical quality, it's like way worse than even some of like the worst stuff on Newgrounds. It's just so like cynical. Like, how do you
cash grab? Cynical.
All that Newgrounds stuff though is from like, it's now from what, 25 years ago? We're talking late 90s, early 2000s. Like, if they're claiming they're trying to do like an ode to Newgrounds style, that'd be one thing. But I don't think that's what they're going for. I don't
know what they're claiming.
Yeah, I just think that's the best they can do, because they really aren't the artists. Like, that's the thing. NFTs are being sold as this idea that like, no, it's really good for the art world because you get to make the artists put their NFT on the blockchain, and then every time it's sold, they get a commission. But the most popular NFT projects, the ones that are super big and making all this money, Bored Ape is one of them. It's basically brand marketers and tech VCs and other people in that world commissioning artists to create a few ape pictures for a one-time fee, and then they take those ape artwork pieces, they generate 10,000 of them via computer, and then they're the ones who put it on the blockchain, and then they're the ones who did not draw this shit. They're the ones who make all this money, and then they're the ones who make the commission every time it's sold. So the whole argument this is supposed to be good for the artists, like for the struggling arts, like that even is bullshit. Like, even on that level, it's completely wrong.
Why do I care about supporting the art world? Like, I mean, I guess supporting an independent artist, yes, maybe, but that's not like enough for me to pour millions into or whatever.
Well, that's what they're claiming. Like, an indie artist draws their artwork, mints it as an NFT, sells it on one of the major NFT marketplaces or auction houses. And then they get that one-time fee for selling it the first time. And then every time it gets sold down the line, that artist makes a commission from that. It's sort of like a royalty for artwork. You know, I guess I could see if you're like a painter or like a fine artist and you're used to selling artwork one time, it looks nice. Oh, wow. I mean, if I just make an NFT of it, I can constantly make money off that one piece. But I mean, we're seeing that that's not how it's being used. It's being used to enrich the very worst, the people who are continuing to perpetuate this one-time small commission for an artist. So then they could go ahead with the artist's work and sell it multiple times via this NFT scam grift.
No, I mean, that's definitely true, Matt. And I think also about that, so, just because, some artist at some point, some individual artist makes a percentage of the take on that money laundering scam does not make it not money laundering. But that's like the same technique that a lot of industries, a lot of, parasitic and, deleterious industries use to kind of disguise just how bad they are for the environment and for society, but also just how little they're actually providing. Because, you hear the same kind of thing when people like criticize Marvel movies, to make a kind of lazy analogy, where it becomes like, this is just like a shitty algorithmically based product that is meant to make $1 billion and sell you on like a version of reality that is not necessarily real or true or like, socially, I would say not socially, but like environmentally healthy. But in fact, because some point it's like, it's promoting like a decentralized wealth or promoting like LGBTQ advancements. Like now there's doing women-owned NFTs, like all of these sort of little individualistic, allowing people who are otherwise can be said to be marginalized to like make individual advancement. It's supposed to counteract the entire like terrible industry or terrible structure that it's built upon, when in reality we know like that's just a very not only marginal part of the people who are making the money, but so many more people are losing money on these things for like being told that it is a viable mechanism for making a living as an artist, when you're probably better off just making furry personas for people.